Okay, so on today's video, we're going to be doing another tier list for you guys, but this time it's going to be everyone's favorite childhood game growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's right. I played it growing up. You played it on and off growing up, I'm sure. And if you haven't, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this show. It is pretty much the same way in the actual game itself, the way that it works. There are a few stipulations, a few different rule changes, but the one thing that remains the same usually is the artwork. So that today is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be rating the artwork from the cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! And for this one, it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys to keep up. We're going to keep it within the original Dual Kingdom series arc. We're not going to go anything further, maybe later on, but for now it's going to be the first original Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that we did see in the game itself at that point.
That most people have probably seen, we hope.
Yes. So I have about 10 of them here today, so we're going to rank them as we usually do, S tier being the highest, A, B, C, D, F, and there you go. If it's F, it's bad. If it's S, it's really good.
Why is there no E?
I don't know, actually.
I never got that, but
I'd barely noticed that too. I don't know. That's a awkward one. But yeah, so that's going to be the ranking for this video, so let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to start off with Yugi's trump card, the one that we always see, the one that's the mascot, I guess, sort of his, at least in this first arc of him. It's going to be the Dark Magician.
The main magician man.
So this artwork.
Oh, yeah.
So this artwork for me, at first I didn't like it, but then when I kept watching it and then seeing it like the actual card of itself, because in the anime itself he looks just wonky or whatever, he looks kind of like weird. His hat's like really big.
He does.
But we're talking about the card art itself, and the card art for me really grew on me. His little pose that he's doing where he's like doing a super cool anime pose, armor, the swirls, the colors, for me it works. For me this is a definite A tier.
A tier?
For me, yeah, this is one of my favorite arts. There are several different arts of Dark Magician throughout the series, but for me this artwork has always been like one of the cleaner ones, the better designs, and like the whole magic circle behind him and everything. I thought it was really cool, and yeah, for me it's an A tier. How do you feel about it?
That's crazy. I thought we just started off. I thought you were about to start off in the S tier. It makes me wonder what else you got going on in the rest of this list.
A lot of the earlier arts are really high up there. It was hard to find ones that were kind of like middle of the ground, but I gotta kind of cut my biased, my nostalgia bias.
That's a fair assumption. I was like, I can agree with the A tier. I'm like, I would probably put it in the S tier. Like, same thing. I love the colors. Purple and green for me, like, sick, great color combination. It's one of those that just, besides that, I'm sure another one that's going to appear here later, really hits home nostalgia-wise. Like, that was the shit. That was the main one. Like, you knew when that comes out, it's over. It's over for the opponent.
Yes.
So I think I might agree with you and put it at, we'll go A tier. Yeah. I was like, I'm assuming you have something else later on, and I might throw an S tier, but I think we can safely put it in A.
Alright, A tier it is. Alright, so going on to the next card, we're going to be talking about Yugi's main rival for the show, Kaiba's trump card, his Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That's what I'm talking about.
The original, and for me, yes, you assumed correctly. This for me is an S tier.
Yeah.
I love this art. Again, with Dark Magician, there's been several different arts of this card in particular, but for me, this one has been my favorite throughout. The other ones kind of look weird. Just this one, just the way it's posed and just it looks cool. It doesn't look like a white dragon because his name is Blue Eyes White Dragon. To me, it looks more blue.
I always thought that too.
Than white. But for me, yeah, it's just a cool pose, and just the card itself. You see it, you're like, oh, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Like one of the ones where you associate like Pikachu with Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, you see Blue Eyes, you're like, oh, which is funny because it's not the main character's card.
Yeah, it's technically the bad guy's card.
Yeah, and he was, even the attack line of it, it's stronger than the Dark Magician.
That's true.
Which is interesting that they made that choice.
And yet he never wins.
Yeah, Kaiba has the strongest cards, the most swag, the most bag, and he's just always left behind as far as, at least when he's fighting.
Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
It's true, but this card, Kaiba's card, is a very strong card for me. S tier, you agree? S tier?
I do agree S tier, even with, like, the thing I like about Dark Magician is the colors. This is a little bit more plain color-wise, but I mean, just like the way it kind of pops, even with the less coloration.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like you see this card, you're like, even if like you have fake stickers, like whatever, people see that, you're like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's just like iconic at this point. All right, moving on. Next one we're going to be talking about is Yugi's other little mascot, I guess. This, I guess, would be his Pikachu to him. It is Kuriboh. This one, Yugi's gotten it, Jaden's gotten it, and I think later on one of the other protagonists gets it at one point.
I would be surprised.
Yeah, this was, I guess, their attempt at making like a Pikachu-type mascot for the game, because it's like cute and adorable and small. But to me, it just looks like Cousin It.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Cousin It, and his eyes look like little Pac-Mans. Like when you see into the pupils, like little Pac-Man.
Wow, thank you for you ruining that for me now.
Yeah, so every time I see it, I'm like...
never going to not see that now.
Yeah. So Kuriboh itself, I feel like it missed the mark of them trying... I think Jaden's is a little cuter because they gave him wings to make him a little more whatever, and he kind of talked a little bit, but...
Wing Kuriboh?
Yeah, Wing Kuriboh.
Okay.
But for like the regular plain old Kuriboh, for me, this art is kind of just like, eh. I want to give it like a C.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like, it's not the best, but it's not the worst that I've seen. I was like, I think there are definitely better versions of Kuriboh that I've seen in like the newer stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at this, you're just like, yeah, you think Cousin It, you're like, the brown, it's kind of off-putting, even though it's sort of like, I look more a fan of the little monster claws he has.
Yeah, those are nice touch.
But it's just like, him overall, just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, if that was their route, to be like, we need a cute mascot because Blue Eyes and Dark Magician are just not doing it.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be our main guy. And I missed the mark. So,
Yeah.
But it's just so iconic, I can't put it lower than C.
Yeah, it has to be C. Like as mentioned earlier, a lot of these card arts are very iconic, so it's going to be hard to find like a bad one. But yeah, so far this is the worst out of the 3 that we've seen so far. Moving on, we have Joey, his best friend's card, one of the iconic ones. Flame Swordsman.
Flame Swordsman.
Yeah, this is one of the first polymerization cards that we see within the show.
I think, yeah, you're right. First fusion.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much like how Dragon Ball Z works, where 2 cards fuse to make 1 card, and this is the one that he brought. For some reason, Joey just kind of always summoned him without fusing him. So
we're not going to get into how cheating they do.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where like the anime is different than the actual game itself. But in the show, every time he comes up, Joey was always my favorite character growing up because he was just like funny and just like the cool guy. Because Kai was meant, as the rival cool guy, but like Joey was like the actual like, oh, he's cool. I like that guy. So yeah, for me, this is one of my favorites growing up. And yeah, the sword, the helmet, it's just like over the top. It's crazy. For me, this could be a high A tier because I don't want to give it S tier because that's just might be my personal bias with Joey. So I would say A for me. What about you?
I think I can agree with A. I'm like, for me though, the helmet, it really throws me off. This looks a little too big.
Yeah.
Like he's almost going, like, it looks Minecraft to me almost nowadays, just because that's what everybody's about. Just a little too big for his head, but everything else, like, when that thing comes out, like, shit's about to go down. Same thing as Yugi's Dark Magician. Like, I don't know how he pulls off wins with this thing, but he fucking does.
And it's just one of those things where it's like fire.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. It was like the fire, like this card is legit flames.
Yeah, and then even like the earlier Duelist Kingdom Saga, like they start off with 2,000 life points.
Oh yeah,
it's weird because like I guess attacking directly wasn't invented at that point. You could only get the reduce their life points by attacking their monster, doing battle damage. So yeah, it's one of those funny ones that kind of like aged out with the game as it progressed. So yeah, but as far as the artwork goes, it's always going to be solid for me. So I'm gonna say A. Would you agree or disagree?
I do. I can agree with A, especially just like even like the purple of the card, because the fusion cards I think are sick too. Just like the purple on the card, something different, something new.
Yeah,
goes well with the red flames and everything. A tier.
A tier. All right, moving on. Next one is going to be the girl of the show, not their best friend girl, but the love interest, I guess, of a lot of the boys in the show, because they're all kind of like, oh, she's hot. It's a girl duelist, and you know how that goes. It's going to be the Harpy Lady Sisters. This one, again, is like another special conditioned summon one, but Mai in the show, Mai Valentine, funny little pun there, she would summon her Harpy Lady, which is her ace card, her mascot, but then she brought other sisters and they made this card. Anyway, yeah, so Harpy Lady Sisters, this art's cool. They kind of remind me of like grown-up Powerpuff Girls when I see them.
Okay.
Their armor's really cool. Kind of getting inspiration from like Valkyries, from like Thor and stuff like that. One of the first ones to have like a 50 attack point value. Always had the
it really throws you off.
Yeah, but as far as like how it fits with her and her theming, as far as like a duelist goes, I always thought it was cool, it was cute, clever, all that stuff. What are you gonna rank this? I don't want to do my ranking first. I'll let you do
I thought you were. I'm surprised you didn't just go with regular Harpy Lady.
I looked at the art and it was very plain.
Just plain.
It's just her like
trying to give him a fighting chance. I respect it.
Yeah. So this one looks a little cooler with all of them there with the whip and stuff, the claws.
Kind of showcases a little bit of all the Harpy Ladies, which is fine. I dig it. Me personally, that's a hard one. It wasn't as iconic for me. I wasn't a big fan of mine. She was the bad guy as well. She's the perfume on her cards, and that kind of was like, you're a cheater. Even though they all kind of cheated, she cheated even more.
Yeah.
Like Pegasus with the fucking eyeball.
Yeah.
They're all fucking cheating. I could probably put this. I'll probably put a little bit higher than Kuriboh in the B tier. Kuriboh
on the B tier. So you want them on B tier, but like in front of Kuriboh?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind that because they do have a little bit more going on, but they don't wow me like the other ones that are in A and S tier. So yeah, I'll go with B, high B tier.
I'm just not a big fan of birds either, and it kind of weirds me out a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, the bird girls.
Look, I was like, the colors are nice. I like the green on there, and like at least they all have different colored hair, different hairstyles. Now you call them Powerpuff Girls, I can see why. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that kind of helps them a little bit. I was gonna put them in C, but I'm like, you know what? I can dig that. We'll give them a B.
All right, B it is. Moving on. So our first magic card, as it was called back in the day, now they're called spell cards. This card is the Pot of Greed. If you don't know, Pot of Greed allows you to draw 2 cards.
Draw 2 additional cards from my deck.
I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I did not, actually.
A lot of duelists forget that effect. So yes, this one is fun for me because it's the Pot of Greed. It's iconic in the Yu-Gi-Oh world, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's been so many like little knickknacks, like actual pots have made of it, little jewelry and stuff like that. The little card, like debit card stickers, like if you know, your skin or whatever. It's popular and iconic within the Yu-Gi-Oh world and in the meme itself of Pot of Greed. Sadly, if you don't play the game anymore, this card is banned. You cannot use it anymore because it's just too good. But
free draw 2?
Yeah, every season they brought it up. They always play this card, and then when they need 2 additional cards, and yeah. So the art itself, though, what do you think of it? It's one of our first creepier looking ones.
I was gonna say, as creepy as it is, I kind of really like it because you look at him, that face, those teeth, the lips, like just the expression, that itself is like you think it'd be off-putting, but it's really not. Like especially being like one of the first cards you see like that. Personally, I was like, that's a hard A tier for me. I think it just brings back a lot of good memories, no matter how just god awful creepy that thing is.
Yeah, I love it. It kind of fits really well within the theming of like the Egyptian themes that they have because there's so many different pots and jars, and they all get tied in through the thief who always tries to steal them. Mm-hmm. And it's all like the Egyptian time, so I like the theming of it too. But yeah, the art. Lore. Yeah, the art itself though. Yeah, I agree. A tier for me as well. Our first spell card getting into the A tier. It's so cool. You just want to like talk to him.
Yeah, I want to carry him around, and kind of show him off to all my friends.
He kind of reminds me of Dimple from Mob Psycho.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, even like the background with the red looks really good too. Works well with his face. Like, God, those lips are just not. Now that I'm looking more at it, it's just this lip. It's the mouth for me.
He's creeping me.
He's creeping me out. Yeah, close to mouth.
All right. So this next card we're going to be talking about is more than just one, actually. It is 5 exact cards, and if you watch the show, you know what this card is. It is Exodia, the Forbidden One. The only set of cards that if you draw, you automatically win the game, which is the way that Yugi first beat Kaiba in the original show, if you do remember. Yeah, so as a collection, we've gathered them. What do you rate this monster as?
As a collection, it's amazing. Like, it's the first time you ever seen, 5 cards and you win. But if you want to rate them individually, it's hard because it's just a leg. Just a leg, just an arm. I think... Are we going to rate them all as one singular card, or do you want to separate them?
Well, since this picture we've chosen has all 5 together, let's just rate it as one big card as the art itself goes. As the big monster Exodia goes. He's forbidden, he's chained up. I guess he's the ruler of all Yu-Gi duel monsters. Egypt, all that fun stuff. What do you think? What do you want to rate him?
I want to put him in S tier because he is iconic. He's only shown once until later seasons, but when he's all put together, he comes out and you see this scary looking motherfucker come out, put his hand on you to obliterate you.
Yeah, he's very iconic. He's very strong. He does give you that presence of oh, the game's over now. So yeah, I can give him an S tier because he is so big within the universe of Yu-Gi. As soon as you see him, it's game over. He's the Grim Reaper of duel monsters.
Especially all put together, you see the thing in the whatever he comes out of in the background.
It's like Spellbinding Circle, actually.
It's that Spellbinding Circle. Yeah. Okay, good to know. See? I didn't know that.
Spellbinding. He's sealed away, just like Naruto.
The lore continues.
Yeah.
So it's seeing all that in the background, and it blends well with his copper, I want to say.
Yeah.
Bronze that he is, the bronze god that he is.
His face, too, just looks like...
Again, it's like Pot of Greed. A little ugly, but it's in a good way. He's about to fuck his shit up.
Yeah, definitely fits in the Egyptian theming too.
So I would put it in S tier. We can do a high A if you disagree.
I would do S tier because he is just he's the big bad. So yeah, I would go S tier as well.
God, I was never more disappointed though. As soon as fucking Weevil threw that shit overboard, I was like, "Say goodbye to Exodia!" I hate you.
Yeah. Well, they gotta nerf him somehow. They can't let him win.
I know.
We have the big bad guy of the Duelist Island, the one who's hosting the whole event.
Maximilian Pegasus.
The creator of Duel Monsters himself, Maximilian Pegasus.
Talking about fucking cheaters.
The other spell card we're talking about is going to be Toon World. So his invention, the Toons, I guess he would be kind of considered the Walt Disney of this universe.
Oh.
And yeah, his whole theme is cartoons. So he has cartoon versions of everybody's monsters. He's a cartoon
Those things
Blue
haunted
Eyes,
my nightmares, let me tell you.
Dark Magician, really?
Oh yeah.
They're just the way they.
That's the way they looked.
Oh.
Like especially that rabbit, whatever the hell it was.
Oh, the rabbit.
Oh my god, nightmares.
Yeah, definitely. That's like Roger Rabbit kind of.
Yeah, but it was like the dark version of
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit.
So this art, though, what do you think of it? Very Toon-esque, very Disney World, very Haunted Mansion feel from it.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, you see obviously Disney Castle. It's first thing you go. But I like the. It was probably one of the better cards in his deck, honestly, because the rest of them were just so fucking creepy. I just could not.
So it's the only one that you can stand.
Yeah, this is the only. Yeah, exactly. As far as artwork goes, like it's not crazy. Like I like that they at least put the lights on the building, so you show, it's just popping.
Yeah.
Because especially when he sucks all your fucking cards up, and
They become
even though it doesn't say that at all, it just says pay 1,000 life points to activate this card.
Yeah.
It doesn't say suck up the opponent's monsters. Suck me up. I don't even know where to put this, man. It's like it was a con because that shit just like it fucked Yu-Gi-Oh up so bad. You were just like, damn, it's a great card, even though it didn't do shit. But as far as art goes, it's pretty plain. Not gonna lie.
I think this could be the official lowest one. I think
we can.
Like
We
D.
We're going to go D tier.
I want to do F.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's definitely not the worst. It's not like, but I would definitely take Kuriboh over this. So I think we can go, Toon World and with D. Throw in D.
There you go. All right, so this one is going to be kind of like the Kuriboh, but for Joey, it's going to be the Time Wizard.
This should have been the mascot.
Yeah, this one definitely. This man, look at this Time Wizard. He has the ability to kill all of your cards on the field by passing time and think about everything in life, everything you've accomplished, everything you haven't accomplished,
all your regrets,
all your past loves, everything. You've just been timed by the wizard. As far as the art goes, though, look at this little man. He's got a little mustache, a little hand represent the mustache.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much detail.
His cape.
Oh, the cape is fire.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you.
This is one of the better designs for like a cute aesthetic, I guess. As far as like, this could be like a Toon card. This is what they should have looked like. This is how cool and cute they should have been. So they were twisted.
Not creepy nightmare monsters.
And sick. So, Time Wizard was always cool when he came up. He's not very strong, but he does have a strong effect. But just seeing him walk up, and when he does successfully complete his effect, he just goes, thunk, and that's like it, and everything changes. He does age. If he does have his little spell go through, he becomes the Time Wizard of Tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, this one is fun because he's cute little bands. I want to give him at least an A tier. As far as his art goes.
As far as his art goes, okay, we can put. I was gonna go straight S, but I'm so biased against all these old cards. So just like they're all S's to me, except for Kuriboh. He's
okay. So we have Exodia, Blue Eyes in the S tier. Do you think Time Wizard belongs?
Do I think Time Wizard belongs up there? Just like big Egyptian god, big scary dragon,
little wizard.
Time Wizard. All right, we can put him in the A tier. That's fine.
All right.
I agree though. Like the colors, great. The clock mustache, fantastic. Just like me. You just look at it and you're just
you
like,
should be the Time Wizard for Halloween.
That'd be great. That'd be fucking a difficult one to pull off.
Just get a little cape and then the one, and they'd be like, oh, you're the Time Wizard.
Put a clock in my face.
Yeah, you'd be good.
I could. Oh, you know what? Write that down. I was like, but especially because like, you bring back all these memories, man. Like when he makes Baby Dragon into fucking Thousand Dragon. Oh, so good.
The Dark Sage, because
the Dark Sage. I was thinking about that earlier. That shit.
Another one of those weird things, like how cards became stronger in the anime, but they don't do that in the actual game itself.
Turn time forward, Time Wizard to make him a Sage.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not a real card.
Yeah.
Is it?
No. No, Dark Sage is a card. Yes,
okay,
but that's not how you summon him.
Yeah, no.
You have to do a lot of shit. So yeah, A tier.
You can be an A tier. That's fine.
Okay, so the last one on the list we're going to be talking about is another villain character in this one. It's going to be Bandit Keith's card. Bandit Keith is America personified. He's all about the flag, guns, cheating, and winning.
And metal.
And yes, so his trump card was the Barrel Dragon. This card is another chance card. You flip a coin. If you call it right, well, at least in the actual game itself. I think he did it in the show maybe a little bit. But you call it right, you destroy a card on the field. So another one of those gambling things that he does because he's, a gambler.
That's what Americans are good at.
We're good at gambling, baby, and guns. And he has 3 guns on his head. He's a dragon with guns. The lost art itself for this one is actual just like 3 guns, 3 actual
no,
gun
it's
barrels.
not.
Yeah, it's just like revolver barrels. So yeah, this card itself, the art, one of the first arts that I had seen, like when someone pulled it in front of me, I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's one of the coolest cards I've ever seen. Like outside the main like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, this was one of the ones where I was like, oh, I need that card. I want that card.
Yeah.
2600 attack power, pretty strong, and a machine. Cool to have a machine. The Industrial Revolution.
Machines are cool.
All that stuff. So yeah, As far as the art itself, what do you feel about this? Do you enjoy this?
I love it.
Do you?
I was like, I am completely biased because this is probably one of my favorite cards in the original show and everything. When this shit came out the first time, I was like, I need it, and I wanted it. I don't think I ever got one, but
I think I got one too, but it was past its like usability in the game.
I was already like in the GX era probably when I got mine, so I was just like
past it.
I found cooler cards, I guess, but I still to this day this one and Buster Blader.
Oh yeah, Buster Blader was
Sick.
always another cool one too.
But I was like, I'm a big fan of blue and yellow. Shit looks super nice, like the way like he's charging up for the big blast.
Yeah,
like, I like how they made it look legit. Like he's charging up to fuck your shit up.
Yeah, it's very much like a Mecha Godzilla feel to it too, and it's just like
One of his heads is the gun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I wasn't sure. For a while, I thought his head was underneath it.
2 arms,
But it's actually it's just like his eyes are here, and then the big old gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so the art itself, though, well, you and even an S tier.
Oh, I'm absolutely giving that an S tier.
I feel comfortable doing the same as well. Bandit Keith as a character is not an S tier character.
Absolutely not.
He's a very bad man. But as far as his art goes for this card, S tier all the way.
Doesn't he point a gun at Pegasus at one point?
I think he does. I think he's about to lose, and he's like, you know what?
He's like,
the hell with the damn rules.
Here's my trap card.
What's a gun? My Glock card. Here it is. So yeah, Bandit Keith, he did good with this card. It is an S tier, joining the ranks of Exodia, Dark Magician, and
Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes.
Dark Magician's A.
Sorry, Blue Eyes, Exodia,
and Barrel Dragon.
I was like, did you put it up there? That was it.
Nope,
right.
that was it.
So that is the S tier, and that is the tiered list of the original Duelist Kingdom Saga Yu-Gi-Oh! Arts. Maybe we'll do more further on in the seasons. If you guys liked it, let us know in a comment down below if you want to do or see more of these arts. Some of your favorite arts, maybe we can react to those. We can rank those.
Send them our way. Bring them on.
Your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, your least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, all that stuff. Yeah, so that is the ratings for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Where you can find Benham, all his information down below. Also, you can follow all this whole page down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Go build a deck. Go duel with your friends. But don't try to jump into a current game because you will be confused if you've never played since the original.
And don't watch the first episode. Don't watch the first season. They cheat.
Oh, but do watch episode 0. That's one of the lost episodes of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally started, and it was like an actual anime. It wasn't just like about Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
And you can watch season 0.
That's the one I meant.
Where he actually kills people. It's fantastic.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so go watch that. Go play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Go start a channel with your friends and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever you want to do. Till next time, get your game on.
So long, duels.
There you go.